Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Just heading out to Rathdowney this week. Looking forward to getting out to camping, I must admit. About 30 degrees Celsius here in Queensland. Humidity unfortunately is still about 75–80%, so it does make for a slightly sticky camping, but still very, very enjoyable. I'm going to cover off a few of the questions I got asked over the last couple of weeks. One in particular was around charcoal, the use of charcoal, and hence the name on this week's video. It's really about lightweight and also just ease of use. If you're getting into camp late at night, it makes it much quicker if you've got charcoal as opposed to waiting for coals to burn down from trees. But we'll go through that further. Just wanted to welcome you aboard this morning, and we'll talk to you when we get to the camp. Thanks guys. Okay guys, I've had a few questions about what it is I take away with me and how I pack it into my car. So what we've got here is an esky or a cooler which has food and kitchen utensils. Got our bedroom here, it's all our sleeping gear, a little pot with the charcoal in it and so forth, tent, water bottle, a little bit of firewood, new seat I've just purchased, so we'll have a look at that guy as well, and then just a table underneath. And then in the back seat we've just got quite literally just a backpack and a towel and a little bits and pieces like that. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and as you can see, very quick and easy to throw into the car. So I'll show you more in a moment. Okay guys, we get ourselves set up for the camp here. Just wanted to show you this box. The idea of this is that essentially I put a divider in, which you can see here. This pulls out, and what it allows you to do is essentially put in all your kitchen in there, lights and stove down the bottom and so forth, and just some cooking equipment. And then all the coal stuff on the left. All your food, it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit damp or cool. Just makes it a lot easier. It's just all in the one box, very easy to pack and get organised, and a lot of it just ends up staying in there. So things like the chopping board and so forth just stay in here, as does the lamp and the tongs, and as obviously all the utensils. So yeah, just a really handy idea. It's only tiny, it's only small, it's only 42 litres, so but it does the job really, really well. And it just once again saves on packing, saves on more boxes and storage equipment, and obviously less you got to store in your home as well. So yeah, very happy with this idea. It works extremely well, and obviously we'll be using it this weekend. Okay guys, found ourselves a nice quiet little spot here in the river. This is the Logan River. It's running very fast, as you can see. We've had a lot of rains and storms up here in the last sort of week or two. So yeah, just came around the river, find myself a nice quiet spot, have a bit of cool off. Very nice to be in the water, I must admit. Very, very refreshing. So yeah, just gonna have a quiet afternoon this afternoon. I've already gathered up some little bits of twigs and stuff for fire. So the fire's all organised, the tent's up, we're all set for camp, so now it's just a matter of relaxing. Talk to you later on. Thanks guys. Okay guys, just wanted to show you this new little seat that I've purchased. Very, very ultra light, which is great, by Trekology. Just purchased it on eBay. Very, very simple little system. It comes in two parts. One is the actual metallic seat, as you can see, just literally pops together. I have heard one person say that if they just literally throw them into the air, they almost put themselves together, and it's not too far off. So, turn it around. So, there's our seat. Down the ground here. Now, The other part, of course, is the actual material itself. Very, very sturdy. Little pockets on the sides. Fairly straightforward. Just got to work out what's the top and what's the bottom. Not too difficult. And then it's just a matter of placing that into the little slots at the back here. These little slots here at the back, guys. Slots into there. Do the same at the front. Last one, of course, always the hardest. Just make sure that's well seated, and there we have it. Nice little seat. The thing about this though is it has a backrest. So when you're out camping, always good to have a backrest. Much prefer that than just obviously sitting on a stool or sitting on a log, because it supports your back, which means you're more comfortable for a lot longer time. So yeah, just wanted to show you that, and yeah, we'll see how it goes this weekend. Just making some dinner here, guys. Little homemade toasting fork. Just joins onto a stick just to give a bit of a toasting to the bread. Make it taste a bit better. Always tastes better when it's toasted. As you can see, it doesn't take long on this little coals. So, another great advantage of this, guys, is I haven't got a big roaring fire, which is great in the middle of winter. I understand that. A lot of people like big roaring fires, but once again, don't want that in the summer. Really just looking for a little bit of heat to cook with, and this is really great for that. As you can see, I've got almost no smoke now, just from the coals, which is perfect, easy to cook on. Got the frying pan soaking in some water there. I'll give that a bit of a clean before we cook with that. And tonight we're just going to have a crank ski for dinner, which should be absolutely delicious. So yeah, very simple little guy, just clips on the end of a stick. Really handy little tool. Okay guys, so the feedback I got last time was that the handheld camera was better to watch than the fish strap, so we're going to do it again here. Get some of the skin out of here. As you can see, the frying pan's not going absolutely 10 to the dozen, which is a good thing. You don't need a super hot frying pan. I'm going to get this going a little bit. Chuck this bad boy in, cranksky, cheese cranksky. Just going to get a bit of oil on him. Just so he can burn straight away. Oops, sorry guys. Can't even see what I'm talking about. There we go. Get those onions cooking a little bit quicker. Like I said, hopefully this camera angle and this working of holding the camera rather than putting in a chest strap works better for you. I'd love to know your thoughts on that, guys. I watch different YouTube channels myself. Always interested in see what other people are doing and how they do it, what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So yeah, I'd love to hear your comments in the read your comments about what you think works. Thanks guys. Okay, let's get this cranksky off. See how it's looking. Not too shabby. Okay, so get rid of the frying pan now. Get that burning. Let's have a look. Interesting, guys. I had one guy say to me or a comment that was interesting. It said, how can you say it's minimalist camping if you're taking salt and pepper with you in great big shakers? That'd be a fair call, but look, it's all relative, you know. It's I haven't got a great big trailer, camper. Some of the people at the site here have got huge big fifth wheelers and all sorts of great things. So the way I'm camping, still pretty minimalist. So anyway guys, I'm going to enjoy this. I'll catch you on a bit later on. Beautiful. Okay guys, just going to wrap it up tonight. Just sitting here by the bush TVs they call it. Absolutely beautiful night. Bit of cloud cover which is keeping it nice and warm. Not too hot, not as steamy as last time I was camping, that's for sure. So yeah, just wanted to say good night. Thanks for watching. Always do appreciate it. In the world of YouTube, there's thousands of channels, actually thousands of people. Always appreciate people who stop by and watch my channel. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking the video, that'd be always greatly appreciated. All that does, guys, is really doesn't make me any money. It just pushes it out to more people, that's all. So always appreciate people who do that for me. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks guys. Good morning guys. Just getting out of bed. It's about 5:30 now. The sun's just started to come up. Beautiful time of the day. Always nice to wake up to the sound of birds waking you up. You can hear probably kookaburras in the background. Magpies. Just beautiful. Lovely time of the day. Campsites are always quiet. All the rowdy ones are still sleeping in. So yeah. Just wanted to say good morning. Yeah, I see the sun picking up over there. The hills on the horizon there, guys. Beautiful sight. Taking for a bit of colour, but a bit of blue in the sky, which would be nice. Just waiting for the moisture to burn off and make some breakfast. Fortunately, the fishing's no good, so I won't get that today, but it's okay. There's always next time. Okay, so we'll just make ourselves a bit of breakfast here, guys. taste. Don't let it start to boil. I really love the peaceful start in the morning. Nice time of the day. Wake up hungry, have a bit of fun. That's a wonderful breakfast. It's amazing me just how much milk. A little flight got so much food. Extraordinary. So guys, I ended up just cutting the audio here. The background noises were just far too high. So I thought I'd do you all a favour and just do a bit of a voiceover in this section. Really lovely time of the day. I've tried to keep my face off the camera this morning. I do have a face like a dropped pie, so just trying to do you all a bit of a favour there. Really enjoy having avocado for breakfast. I know some of you might be thinking, oh, that's a bit bloody fancy for camping. But look, why not? You've got a big cooler and so forth. There's no reason why you can't take all that gear with you. As you can see in the video, it's pretty easy to make. I'm not mashing stuff up. I'm not using food processors. A few slices with a knife and rub it onto the roll, and it's absolutely sensational. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. Okay guys, I've got a lot of questions around what I bought last time, which was this little blue bucket here, and more important, what was in the little blue bucket. So what I brought along here is charcoal. Charcoal is simply prepared wood, which is a little bit like heat beads, but without the smell, the odour, the chemicals, etc. And it's really, really useful. I can essentially create coals within about 30 minutes. So normally, when you get to a campsite at about 3 o'clock, you start preparing a fire, getting logs burning, all that sort of stuff, so they burn down to become coals. here I can just get this pre-prepared coals essentially and just chuck them in the fire, which is fantastic. So got a fair few in here. Packet of these things, you can get them at Bunnings, hardware stores, camping stores and so forth. About $20 for a bag or a box, but really super light and really easy to make coals with. So I've just got a tiny little fire going here. I'm just going to throw 3 or 4 of these guys on here. Another great thing about this particular idea, guys, is you can use them for all sorts of things. So if you're going motorcycle camping, on an ADV, adventures, that type of stuff, chuck them in a plastic bag, folds down super flat, perfect firewood. You have to excuse the Phil Collins in the background. Got a few guys camping near me, and as always the case, as soon as you start filming, they want to start playing their music. But hey, that's alright, that's camping. So look, that's charcoal. It's a really great product. I'll leave a link in the description on how charcoal is made. It's essentially lighting a fire in a barrel or a drum, getting the fire roaring, closing the lid, cutting off the oxygen and letting it burn out. It creates this really light substance, which is fantastic for camping. First came across it in Africa when I was on a 1 or 2 week safari in Africa, in Kenya in fact, and went to the cook tent. I'm trying to work out how are these guys cooking food for 20-30 people, essentially in a little cook tent. So I went inside, had to talk to the guys in there, and they had this huge big bank of coals going with huge big, probably 2 or 3 foot frying pans, which they were cooking food on, etc. Had a chat to them about it and said, guys, how are you creating this many coals? If we're on safari in Kenya, there's not much in the way of wood here and so forth. They pointed to the corner and they said, we just got charcoal. And they had this huge big sack of charcoal, and they just put the charcoal on, lit it up, and it would burn all morning, and they could cook breakfast and lunch on that, top it up at night, and cook dinner on it. Fantastic idea. And I always thought, what a great idea that is if we go camping, it'd be simpler to take charcoal rather than having firewood and all the stress that goes with that. So really great for areas where you can't get firewood, you can't take firewood from the forest, etc. And also, of course, allows you to travel lightly. So I've just brought enough wood here tonight for a little fire afterwards, just enough to have the old bush TVs, they say, and to a little bit of heat later in the evening or the night time when it gets a little bit cooler. So yeah, but the coals now I need for cooking, that's going to come from the charcoal. So guys, great idea. Hope you like it. As I said, I'll leave a link in the description on how it's made, but a really great idea if you like low weight camping and you don't have a lot of room to take a lot of equipment with you. So rather than taking huge piles of wood, bags of wood, if you're in the city like myself, simply take some charcoal and you've got a fire ready to go to cook. So guys, as you can see, after about 10 or 15 minutes you end up with a nice little bank of coals. Absolutely perfect for cooking on. That's more than enough heat. I tell you now, that's as far as I can get my hand down. That is seriously hot heat. That's all you need to cook on. So it's just really nice to have that small tiny bit of fire just to cook on with the charcoal. You can see some of it's still black and some of it's gone grey. The grey is obviously where it's burning. And if I blow on it, you can see a glow in there, which is exactly the amount of heat you need. So yeah, really works well. So I realised last night that didn't really show this the charcoal up nice and close. As you can see, it's literally just a piece of timber. It's been burnt, so it is really quite thin, really quite light. And yeah, as I said, if you're a traveller, if you travel on a motorbike or even backpacking and so forth, and you want just a little bit of a fire that night, really great alternative. Get down to as small pieces as you want, break it up, and yeah, makes for a great fire. Okay guys, just heading home now, so I thought I'd wrap up the video here rather than doing another stop somewhere along the way. Thank you for joining me again for my second episode now. Really enjoying this. As always, love to hear your comments. Hit me up with a subscribe and a like so we can push this out to more people. And yeah, as always, if you've got any questions about what it is I'm using, how I'm doing things, what I'm eating, anything at all, losing my voice here. Hit me up in the comments, and I hope to see you next time on the next episode. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.